Part 2. My final year of art school, I had enough loan money left to take a 1-month trip to Italy to look at the masterpieces I would study and adore in the books at the library. I seen this critical in my development as an artist and my chances to make it as an artist. Looking back now, I remember while in Italy noting how thin the paintings were painted, to the point where some were nearly transparent. When times are tough and money is short, you must compromise as an artist. The point to bring out here though is that money afforded me the opportunity to see these paintings, to actually stand before them in real life, to study them in real life, not just in books. I gained many insights into different methods of painting, drawing. Methods which found their way onto my canvases once I returned. A new look in my work, a new expression coming through, an expression that went hand in hand with the $4,000 I spent on the trip. Here again, look how money is the key component in the development of my expression. See the extreme degree within which money infiltrated itself within my expression. An extreme, revealed most blatantly in the fact that the part considered most sacred in painting process, the paintings themselves, the very originality of the artist, the style, the look, the actual physical, visual, appearance of the work, is directed and determined by money. After graduation, I moved home because I could not afford to paint and live in the city. My parents allowed me to set up studio at their place to live and work until I made enough money to again try the city. My parents could see what it would actually require if I were to have a chance to make it as an artist, thus they supported me where they could. Now at home, my intention was to build a portfolio which I then could submit for grants which eventually would support my transition back to the city. I applied for a few different ones, and 4 months after I started applying, I received a letter informing me that I was awarded with one of the grants. At the time I received the grant, I had been struggling financially to continue painting. Many times having enough supplies to start a painting, not yet knowing where the supplies was going to come from that would allow me to finish the work. I had about 1 tube of paint worth left of money when the grant arrived. The grant would afford me to make the transition back to the city, and also it looked great on my resume. My value as an artist had just gone up. Based solely on money. What did this value mean? It meant I was allowed a little more freedom in what I actually painted. No more painting for the man. At least this is what it meant for me. I remember I actually felt different. I actually felt as though I had more freedom. I had more control over what I was to paint, more power. All because my bank account had increased exponentially. The experience of this new feeling of liberation based entirely on money reveals the hold money had already taken upon my expression as an artist, and within it all, an interesting equation was becoming evident. Money equals freedom. It was interesting to observe once again how the money was absolutely transforming my paintings. Just as easily as having no money guided the development of my work, so did having a lot of money. I could now afford a huge supply of materials and buy what normally I would leave in the store due to its price. This sudden flood of money provided me with stability. It provided me with time and resources to explore the practice of painting. I observed as my paintings became more vibrant with color, as they became larger, where you could see that I was actually able to breathe while I painted, painting without the fear of running out of money. This only lasted for a while. This event once again illustrating the extent of the power of money and the control money had upon my expression as an artist. I was a slave to money. I as an artist. My entire development, at the whim of money. I used to ask myself, if money were not an issue, what would I do? What color would I choose? How big would I actually make my canvases? It's too difficult to answer. I cannot fathom a decision made without considering money within it. Money is so infused into this world, into my process as an artist, into me. The reality is, money does exist, and until it no longer exists we will take it into consideration. The question arises: what is freedom of expression? Actual unconditional self-expression? Unconditional self-expression does not exist as illustrated in the above document. Look, every choice I made, no matter how big or small, was made in collaboration with money. Take a moment and imagine, consider, that money did not exist, that it was not an issue. What would my expression as artwork actually look like? How would it unfold, without the consideration of money? If it never came up, if it simply did not exist, but that I simply expressed,